Good morning. Happy Friday. Whoop, whoop. Today I'm celebrating because it's day three of our 3-day challenge. So it means that we end today. We end this challenge today. And so over the past 2 days, we reflected on the lessons, right, that from 2024 and the wins that we had. And we also refreshed, we gave our brand an audit, right? We refreshed our brand to align with where we're going, we are becoming in 2025. And today is a very interesting day because, huh? Because it's a day that I struggle with. It's about planning for the next year. I really struggle with planning and consistency because I'm the kind of person that goes with the flow, but that doesn't always work, right? Going with the flow means that sometimes we kind of forget our vision, our mission, and what we want to achieve, right? So, I keep telling myself that it doesn't have to be perfect, right? It does not have to be perfect because imperfect action beats perfect inaction. And I have it right here with me. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction. So we try, we plan, and we try to make it happen, even if it's a little progress that counts, right? So, what we're going to start with today, the first key point for today, it start with a vision. What is your vision for next year? Where do you want to be by the end of the year? So, really like, okay, I don't want to be in the same position, the same place I am now. I want to be better, right? So, what is the vision? Where do you want to be by the end of next year? And then using that vision is going to guide your planning, right? The planning is not going to be only about tasks and like a to-do list, but also you're going to let it guide your planning. So I want you to select 3 to 5 key goals that you want to achieve. And these goals are the goals that align with your vision. Make sure your goals align with your vision, right? And it's very important to keep it simple, like 3 to 5, because if you overcommit, you're going to feel overwhelmed, right? So let's focus on the 3 to 5 goals that you want to achieve. Um, and then the point number two, once you have your goals, we are going to break the vision down into quarters, right? So quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. What do you want to achieve each quarter? What you want each quarter to be, right? So I have I have an idea here, and I listed an example just for you to understand it better, right? So, for example, I'm going to read this here. Quarter 1, you want to launch a new service. Quarter 2, you want to grow your email list. These are just examples, right? Quarter 2, 3, you plan a photo shoot, or you want to plan a rebrand. In quarter 4, you want to prep for holiday promotions and deals and, all the excitement, right? So now you have your quarters, right? And then once you have that, you're going to align each quarter, each month with a specific action that supports the quarter. Does it make sense? So let's say if you're if for your first quarter of the year, imagine like starting now, it was the launch a new service, right? So you want to start a new service and you want to tell the world about it. So what are you going to do? You're going to break it down into 3 months, right? January, let's say you're going to do research and outline the service. February, you're going to build and do the tests, see what works, what doesn't work. And then March, you're going to market that and then launch it, right? So you're breaking it down into like steps that are sustainable, right? Things that you can do. This is what I'm going to do each month. This is what I'm going to focus on each month to achieve that goal for that first quarter, right? And then you're going to do everything. And that way, each month you have a focus so that you are always like making progress instead of like, oh, what do I do? Oh, I just had an idea for a service. I'm gonna launch it now, and then, ooh, not successful. Why? Because you didn't take those steps, right? And again, this is something that I struggle with a lot. Not fun, but we need to make it happen. So, it's also important, and that's going to be the point number three, is don't set your goals and then forget about them, right? I recommend scheduling a CEO day every month where you set this day is dedicated to looking at what's working and what is not working and what needs to be adjusted and changed and how you can shift. Okay, so I learned that this is not working. What can I do to change that, right? Um, and yeah, so having a CEO day, it's something that I also have to add to my calendar and make sure that I really reflect on, what's working and what's not. Okay, my point number four is to keep it flexible and celebrate the wins. Keeping it flexible means that, life happens. So it's not, you have your plans, but if you don't allow room for things that happen that you were not expecting because life happens, then it might get a bit complicated and you're going to freak out like, oh my God, I had all these plans and I can't do it, right? So make sure you also have room for when life happens. So have a little wiggle room, let's say, right? For when things happen. And remember that progress is better than perfection, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to do all this planning. You're going to make it happen, right? You have all the plan, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Things are going to happen. And then you're just going to like, okay, let's pivot. Let's do it a different way, right? Point number five is also very important is when you automate or and delegate, right? So make sure you use tools and systems that allow you to automate the things that you need to do, right? And make your planning easier, right? So it's very so there are so many tools out there. So some of them that I love that I'm going to share with you are Honeybook. It's a CRM, the Customer Relationship Manager management. Um, that's what I use is the system I use with my clients, and I can automate emails and I can do so much. You have contracts, they can pay and sign the contract online. It just makes things, you have templates. It makes things so easy and it's on brand because you can use all your brand colors and logos and things like that. So Honeybook is one of the tools that I use. Another one that I love is Flowdesk for email marketing, email newsletters, and things like that, and your leads, right? So that's also very important. And you can, set up the whole thing for your welcome email, right? So if you have a freebie and people subscribe to your newsletter and then those emails are sent automatically without having to, without you having to be there sending those emails, right? So Flowdesk is another one. And both Honeybook and Flowdesk, I do have um, referral codes so you can get great discounts. So if you're interested, let me know. Another one for task management is Trello, and that one I use the free version, and it's amazing as well. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. I'm going to put everything in the workbook that I'm creating. And if you want a copy, just let me know and I'll send it to you. So I'm going to put all the links and everything there so it's easier, right? I'm a visual person, so I need to see that. Another thing that helps is social media scheduler, right? Having, hi, Tris, you're here. So being able to schedule your posts, right? So it's something that I've been using recently a little bit more. At least like planning the week, like the 3 posts that I'm gonna post in that week. So I've been scheduling that so it's easier, right? And then the other point is to delegate, right? So hire the experts when you can, because then you can just focus on where you shine, right? You can do what you do and let the other people, let the experts do all the work that either you don't know how to do or you're not passionate about doing. There's so many things in this business that I don't love doing, right? So when you hire someone, um, they'll do all the hard work that you don't love, right? I remember I was really struggling with my newsletters, and then I hired the amazing Jasmine um, Cornejo. I can let me know if you need help with your newsletter. I can direct you to her. And she set it up, everything up with Flowdesk, and then now I love writing newsletters. So I recommend hiring the experts when you can. And I also remember that I made my own website when I started. It wasn't great, but you do what you can, right? But then when I hired someone, a web designer, to do my website, that's when things changed. And I was like, okay, this is good. So, so yeah, these are the points that we have for planning 2025. And I know it's a lot, but that's why I decided to create because, especially because of day 3, I was struggling with it's something that I struggle with. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be too much, right? And these videos are supposed to be short. So I think the workbook is really gonna help you with all that planning, right? And having Midway marketing is excellent. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And yeah, I was just reading the comments. Oh, girl, I'm so glad you're here today. Yay. She's been following and doing all my videos and challenges. Yes, and she wants the workbook. And yeah, she sends me amazing messages saying how much it's helping her. So I am so, so, so grateful for you. And I'm so glad it's helping, right? Because that's why I'm doing this. I will send you the workbook. No problem. It's gonna be good. I just need to put the final because I had this idea yesterday. So I need to put the final touches. I was working on it until like 11 p.m. yesterday. I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed. But I think it's really gonna help because I was struggling with the planning too. So I think having that on paper and having something that you can print and then you can write on it, I think it's really gonna help you. So your action step, now that you're going to have the workbook, you can use that too. But if you're not using the workbook, I would suggest that you write your 3 to 5 3 to 5 key goals for 2025 and then break them down into quarters and then months, right? And just plan like and focus on January, right? What are you doing next month to get the ball rolling, right? And yeah, congratulations on completing this challenge. If you've been doing the challenge with me these 3 days, we've done all the work to reflect, refresh, and plan our 2025. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing year. And if you ever need support along the way, you know, I'm here. You can find me here. You can send me a little message. I do have a YouTube channel as well. I have a guide that is free. You can download, and I have my newsletter. Oh, and my blog. I have a blog. There's so much free resource for you to support you in your business and your personal brand. So yeah, I'm excited for next year. Thank you. Oh, let me read. I need to read. Oh, so today I have four affirmations here. So you can pick one that works for you that you need today, right? So remember the affirmations are from my little bag of sweary affirmations. So if there are kids around, make sure they can't hear it. So you can choose one for today, or two, or three, or even four. But let's start with this one. We are going to breathe in the good shit and breathe out the bullshit. If you need some relaxation. Oh, I wouldn't be this far if it wasn't for this challenge, and support is amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, I can't wait for us to have our coffee next week. Another one is get up and show the world you're fucking legend. Show the world you're a fucking legend. Get up, show up. Come on. I trust in myself because I'm a total badass. So it's an affirmation if you're lacking like confidence, you're like, oh, I'm a total badass. And the last one for today is when the world says you can't, I say, fucking watch me. So I'm gonna go with this one today. I'm gonna go with this one today. So let me know in the comments which one you picked for today, which one you needed today. And thank you so much for joining me, the 3-day challenge. And yeah, get in touch. I hope to see you soon. Bye.